Honorable Malema.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, Honorable President, the Deputy President of the EFF and officials, and the caucus of the EFF. I send my condolences to my brother and leader, Jackson Mthembu. I can relate as a product of a domestic worker. And I hope that our Secretary General did send our condolences to your family. My brother, having said so, I think you'll find it in your heart to withdraw the quotation you have made, for because we shouldn't move from national consciousness or even from black consciousness to tribalistic consciousness. You are making a quote, wanting to sound clever as you wanted to, but it was a wrong quotation. Can you imagine if we start calling each other a Zulu president, a Xhosa president, a Swati chief whip? It's a degeneration. And it is unacceptable, and I know that you are the type of a cadre that if you have made a mistake, you accept and correct that mistake. Find it in you to withdraw that quotation because it's unacceptable. Mr. President, I didn't come here with a speech. I brought your own speech which you gave during the State of the Nation. And I want to take you on it. You promised a job summit in the next few months. Nothing has happened, despite growing calls from within the ANC and outside the ANC, particularly that young people remain unemployed in our country. When you came here, you created an impression that it will be done as soon as possible. You have now postponed the investment conference instead. You have appointed an investment envoy to travel overseas to attract foreign direct investment. But I do not have a hope in that envoy, because that envoy looks like a 1996 class project regrouping. And I hope Jeremy and Blade can see what they've set our country for.
Order in terms of Rule 82 again.
Yeah. Honorable Malema, please take your seat.
I would ask the Honorable Maimane, whom I prefer to call the Honorable Malema, to please utilize Rule 82 and refer to Honorable Cronin appropriately. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Okay.
Honorable Cronin and Honorable Nzimande can see what they have set our country for, because it's clear we're going back to 1996 policies which have not worked for our country. And you know very well that the whole world is saying you cannot grow the economy with foreign direct investment only. You have to stimulate local investment that is led by the state. But we don't see that coming from you. Mr. President, you said you were going to reduce the departments and everybody else was excited and nothing has happened. You actually brought certain people back into the cabinet. The cabinet is still big, 35 ministers, 36 deputy ministers. Majority of those deputy ministers are extremely useless. Let me give you an example with a friend of mine called Kassel Matal. I don't understand why there should be Honorable Kassel Matal.
Yeah.
I don't understand why there should be a deputy minister of a small business, because that department itself is so useless. And on top of it being so useless, you still add a deputy minister. It's unnecessary, it's unacceptable. I do it with Kassel because he will know that I mean no bad is a friendly fire. Because if I do so with many other, Honorable Matal.
Yeah, please do that consistently now.
Going
forward.
I will learn to do it. There is no indication. So, Mr. President, reduce the cabinet, save us money, and redirect that money to the needy department. And if you do so by removing some of your colleagues, particularly those who supported you, that will be a show of character, that you are not in it for factional reasons, but you are in it to build a capable state which will deliver with a sizable, manageable team. President, I came here and told you are bluffing about the land, and now you are wishy-washy and saying all manner of things. It's clear you are not going to expropriate land without compensation. But I need to tell you that we had issued an instruction in the EFF for people to scale down the occupation of land because we wanted to give you time. But since you are no longer clear, we have made a call, and we make it even here, for our people to occupy the unoccupied land. It is their land, because the ANC is not going to give them land anytime soon. You demonstrated that you are not serious when you appointed Honorable Maite into land. She knows nothing about the land. And half the time she's sleeping. I know her. She just wakes up now because I'm talking about her food. If I was not talking about her food, she was not going to stand up.
Honorable Malema.
Every time she stand up when we speak about her sleepiness in this parliament, why appoint such a person who have no clue?
Honorable Malema, you were not here yesterday. I did plead. When I say take your seat, please take your seat. Just take your seat. Take your seat. Take your seat, Honorable Malema.
Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Member.
Yes.
I'm rising on rule number 84.
Yes.
Honorable Silo Julius Malema is continually not using the proper address to the honorable members. Ubizabo Maite, Abo Kaseli. Can you just withdraw from there? Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Honorable Member Malema, we have said so. Please stick to the rules.
So our people must continue to occupy land. This land belongs to us. And if the ANC wants to kill our people for rightfully claiming the land, let the ANC do so. You have done it in Marikana. Do it with the people who are seeking their own land. It is their land. They require nobody's permission to occupy this land. Mr. President, you launched the YES program, Youth Employment Service Initiative, but that was a copycat program of the DA, which is going to make black young people be stuck there for mere 3,500 per month salary. And when you compare that with their own white counterpart who are getting 20,000, it's not going to work. It has failed before. Treasury itself admitted that this program will not be successful. President, Honorable Mutwaledi is not here. The state of health is shocking in this country. Half ambulances in KZN, they are not working. Half ambulances in Limpopo, they are not working. Our people are not receiving any form of public health in South Africa. And we are saying this is a priority. The ANC should be able to pause and say, what do we do to save black and African life in particular? Because those are the facilities which are being used by our people. SARS, yes, you fired Moyani. That is the only thing you have done. But I can tell you now, you will not win a case against Moyani because you handled it in a clumsy manner. We want Moyani gone. But you've got 4 charges against Moyani. One of the charges is that he has misled Parliament. The Finance Committee in Parliament today said there is no such a thing. So that charge is going to fall off even before it goes into a hearing. Let us do things properly, because by handling these things in a clumsy manner, it will not deliver required results. You know, President, the SIU investigators are extremely corrupt.
Can I raise a point of order, please, Chairperson?
Yes, okay, yeah. Yes.
It is wrong to misrepresent what happened to the committee today. There was no such decision taken. No such decision. It was an open meeting.
Point of order.
Yes, Honourable
Deputy
Member.
Speaker, with respect, you spoke yesterday and others spoke about interrupting speakers with frivolous points of order.
Yes.
That is not a point of order, it's a point of debate. And Mr. Malema should not be interrupted by that sort of frivolity in the House.
Honourable Member, proceed.
No, we wanted to raise a point of order on the chairperson of the Standing Committee on Finance, who tried to build a case today against Moyani. And he failed dismally because he was working with a corrupt guy called Momo from National Treasury. They failed to make the case today.
Honourable members, please take your seat. Honourable Malema, proceed. Honourable members, order. Order. Proceed, Honourable Member.
SIU is corrupt.
You make proclamation, they go and investigate. If they don't find anything wrong, they ask money from people. And if you don't give them money, they withheld the report. They don't announce the report. And or they announce some clumsy thing which is not very clear, clearing individuals. Check into those investigating officers in the SIU, the most corrupt institution. Corruption has moved into the Hawks now. And they are not only corrupt, the Hawks, they are now participating in cash in transit haste. The army people as well are found into that. There is a general degeneration in South Africa under your leadership. The cash in transit is uncontrollable. Why? Because you are weak, you are not firm, and criminals don't like weak people. You must take a firm stand and say, the day you produce an AK-47 against the police and the security, you will meet your maker. Because as government, we will have ceased to recognize your rights the day you take AK-47 on innocent people. Because our people are dying, the security is dying, the police who are honorable are dying. They don't get a firm support from your leadership. SIU extend jobs even when they finish investigation. Why? The investigated department is the one that is paying. Remember, SIU is unemployed without your proclamation. So if you don't make proclamations, they extend so that they can keep busy. You need to look into that. Ellen, Honorable Mulekani, the most defender of corruption in the Intelligence Committee. You make people sign a nonsensical oath that they must not tell us what is happening in that committee of intelligence. There is too much corruption there. And we want to tell you and this parliament that will not abide by that oath of that intelligence committee. For as long as there is corruption, we are going to expose that money. They steal money and hide in the name of intelligence. Mulekani, not even Honorable Dipu, the deputy minister, is the one who's number one in defending the corruption which is happening in the intelligence. Crime intelligence, military intelligence, all sorts of, including the intelligence department itself. There is our fellow South African, the Indian fellow, I forgot his name in Natal, hired 50 members of his family, a well-known corrupt fellow who has been stealing money of the crime intelligence. You have never acted on that individual.
Deputy Speaker. Yes, Madam Enugu, right. Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Wait. Honorable Malema, please take your seat. Let's do this properly. Yes, what are you rising on, ma'am?
Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Deputy Speaker.
Yes.
Honorable Silo Julius Malema knows very well that if he has got so much allegations about the Deputy Minister, he has to make a substantive motion towards those allegations.
Okay. Honorable Malema, you have made quite hectic allegations against the minister. And you know the rules about it, so you have to withdraw that statement you made about him.
Which allegations?
If you want to make it,
Deputy Speaker,
honorable member, I haven't given you a chance to speak.
But I'm calling a point of order. Don't
which
shout at me.
allegations are talking about?
Don't scream at me.
Yeah, but don't scream at me as well.
I'm speaking, Honorable Shivambo. You will take your seat.
I'm calling a point of
Which
order.
allegations are you talking about?
You will take your seat,
Yeah,
Honorable.
but I'm calling a point of order on you.
Honorable member, take your seat so
We're
that I
not going
finish
to
what I'm
steal the
saying.
money of our people here and tell us we can't raise issues here.
Honorable
If we can't raise issues in this parliament, where are we going to raise issues?
Honorable
Because
Malema.
these people are continuing to steal under your leadership.
Honorable Malema. Honorable Malema, there are rules in this house.
What rules? Rules of stealing.
No.
Rules of stealing.
Honorable Malema.
The rules of stealing.
Honorable Malema, if you don't want to abide by the rules of the house,
Which
you are
allegation?
in violation of the rules
Which
of the house.
allegation did I make? Against who?
Honorable member, you've said let me read you the rule.
Read what I said, not the rule.
No, honorable member, you keep talking as I'm talking, and this is out of order. Take your seat, please, so that I address you. Honorable members, it is inappropriate according to Rule 85 for reflections upon members, the president and ministers and deputy ministers who are not members of the assembly specifically. Honorable member, I'm speaking. Put your hand down. Put your hands down, I'm speaking. No member may impute Order, honorable members, stop screaming. You are responsible MPs. Can you keep quiet?
Point of order, sir.
Honorable,
We can't hear a word of
Honorable
what you're saying.
Honorable Shenge, this is precisely what I'm trying to
We
do.
cannot hear that, but the
To get
screaming-
members to
you
be
can't hear
quiet.
a word of what you're saying.
Yes, okay.
The screams here are completely drowning what you're saying to us.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. Honorable members, can we please respect the House? No member may impute improper motives to any other member or cast personal reflections upon a member's integrity or dignity or verbally abuse a member in any other member. A member who wishes to bring any improper, unethical conduct on the part of another member to the attention of the House may do so only by way of a separate substantive motion comprising a clearly formulated and properly substantiated charge that in the opinion of the Speaker prima facie warrants consideration by the House. Sub-rules 1 and 2 apply also to reflections upon the President, ministers and deputy ministers who are not members of the House, as Honorable Ellen Mulekani is. So you have to withdraw the remarks you
Deputy
made.
Speaker, can we
Yes.
call you to order, please?
Yeah, go ahead, call me to order. What's
Deputy
your order?
Speaker, the honorable member who stood up and made a point of order on Honorable Malema is frivolous because she can't even recall what Honorable Malema said. You can even ask her to stand up. What is it that she wants our commander-in-chief to withdraw? She does not even know it. Nothing of sort in that rule book that we are reading has got any impact or related to what
Honorable
the honorable member says.
Sit down.
You didn't hear anything, you yourself. Is that
Okay.
one?
All right. Honorable,
Yeah, tell her to stand up and recite it. She has
Honorable-
forgotten. She does not even know.
Honorable Gadi.
I can tell you.
Honorable Gadi.
Call that one.
Honorable Gadi, I wish you to respect the House. The honorable member raised a point of order. I have responded to it because I heard what Honorable Malema said. And I'm reading the relevant part of the rules that applies to him.
What did I say, Deputy
Honorable
Speaker?
member, what you said about the Honorable Minister Mulekani,
Which is what?
what you said is inappropriate and breaks the
Which is
rules.
what?
And
What?
you must withdraw it if you do not wish
Withdraw
to withdraw
On
it.
a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
You
I
will not.
said,
On a point of
okay,
order,
let me
Deputy
tell you
Speaker.
what I
Let me be
said
clear.
about her.
On a point
Let
of
me be
order, Deputy
clear.
Speaker.
Let me
Honorable-
tell you what I said about her.
Honorable member, take your seat. Let me take your chief whip's point of order. What's your point of order, honorable member?
So in terms of the rules that you are having in your hand there now, the procedure is that if there is a violation of a rule in terms of a single sentence said by a member, any other member can raise and point specifically to say that this is the sentence that is inconsistent with the rules of the National Assembly. And then you as a presiding officer, you must then illustrate that this sentence that you have made is inconsistent with the rules of the National Assembly. And then you tell a person who is speaking to withdraw that particular statement. You can't then generally say that when you are exposing corruption in the Intelligence Joint Standing Committee, you must withdraw everything. How are we going to say it except through this particular parliament? What did the commander-in-chief say which is against the rules of the National Assembly? Point to that and then we will then determine whether we withdraw or not so that we can close on other issues, please.
Thank you very much, honorable member, for your rich opinion. I appreciate it.
Maybe we
I
should
intend-
help you to say we'll check the Hansard. We can continue the debate.
Honorable
We'll check the
members-
Hansard and then you'll make a
Honorable
ruling in
member,
the next sitting.
I've requested you to
That is
withdraw your
going to help
statement
you.
that you made against the minister,
Which one?
deputy minister, which you expressly expressed. You will withdraw it.
Deputy-
If you
Deputy
don't,
Speaker.
honorable member, then you are refusing to obey
Deputy
the rules.
Speaker, Deputy Speaker.
I've given you a chance,
Deputy Speaker, on a
honorable.
point of order. Deputy Speaker, on a point of order. The Secretary General of the EFF is 100% correct that if there's dispute in terms of what was said here in the House, you always have a recourse option. You can always say that we're going to get Hansard, which is an exact record of what gets said here. And then in the next sitting of the House, you can request a member to withdraw what they said in the previous sitting. It's permissible.
Yes.
Don't on a disputed
Okay,
utterances
right,
want to pass a ruling now.
All right.
We can always refer it to the next sitting of the House, and then we'll challenge it ourselves in the Rules Committee before you even make a final ruling. We'll illustrate to you that the ruling that you're about to make now is inconsistent with the spirit of this House. It is consistent with the Constitution that allows us as Parliament to expose corruption and oversee the executive. So please don't rush into a ruling which is going to be unnecessary. I can feel now that you are going to try to chase the Commander-in-Chief out of a ruling which there's dispute of what was said or what was not said. Let's listen to Hansard, allow the Commander-in-Chief to conclude, and then we'll take the debate forward. Please.
Honorable Malema, Honorable Shivambo, what I said is that the Honorable Member raised a point of order. I want to remind you. And I also heard Honorable Malema say, I'll just keep your heels, and it is better if you do not say the things you are saying now, because it is out of order. You are interrupting the chair. Honorable Malema, your reference to Honorable Mulekan, that she's a defender of corruption, implies that she's corrupt. And therefore it is wrong, and you must immediately withdraw that. What you impute, honorable members, you can't contest the ruling in the House. You can't contest.
Deputy Speaker, I withdraw.
On a point
Thank you
of
very
order,
much.
Deputy Speaker, I withdraw. Let's proceed.
Honorable member, take your seat.
Let's
please.
proceed.
Yes.
Because I must deal with these things before you chase me out. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. Now, the oath that our members are made to take, they actually are being asked to cover up corruption. They are leasing buildings, these people. They can't tell you how many square meters. They can't tell you where the building is. They just give you an amount. This is how much we are going to pay for a square meter. And when you try to investigate that, they say it's a classified information. How can a square meter be a classified information? So we need to expose these types of shenanigans which are going on in the intelligence communities. President, you promised a comprehensive package of services to women and children. The Minister of Women is going to speak here because we are not hearing anything about how you are going to empower women, particularly a girl child. Young girls are being killed in South Africa. Men have declared war against women. But the government does not have a clear strategy on how they are going to deal with that. Young women do not have sanitary towels. They want to be helped. And talking of this, Mr. President, it reminds me of a question I have for you. Where is the First Lady? Because you never go anywhere with the First Lady. You never engage in any program that seeks to give us a good image of a president with a family. Some of these sanitary towels programs should be taken up by our beautiful First Lady. We hope there is no crisis, Mr. President. Mr. President, your finance minister is not the type of a guy we all think he is. We wrote a letter to the finance minister asking him who proposed him as a deputy minister of finance and who made him minister of finance. And when he was deputy minister, who did he promise the businesses? And when he was in the position of minister, did he make those follow-ups on those businesses he promised those people who made him a minister from the PIC? I wrote him a letter. I want him to answer honorably because I've got the time, the minutes, and where the meetings have taken place. So he's not the type of guy we think he is. He's extremely dangerous, and when this information comes, you will all be shocked that he is corrupt as hell.
Honorable members, I would like to honorable members, This is Parliament. And the rules of Parliament will be applied appropriately. And I'm going to refer this matter. Honorable Malema has made two pronouncements in the House, in the podium. The first one is his calling on people to occupy land. Honorable Malema swore to obey by the Constitution and by all other laws. When he says what he says there, I think raises very crucial questions. And secondly, the last
I want to repeat
the
it,
last
they must
point,
occupy land.
Honorable
You can
member,
do whatever you want to do, they must occupy land. There's nothing you can do, there's nothing this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care, we can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land.
Yes.
South African occupy land. That's who we are.
Honorable
do whatever
members,
you want to do.
Speaker,
You can
Deputy
withdraw my
Speaker,
membership
Deputy
from this
Speaker.
useless parliament.
Honorable, yes, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker, may I please rise respectfully on a point of order?
Yes.
The House is either it has rules or it doesn't have rules. It really does not serve any purpose for members to stand up in total violation of the basic rules of conducting a decent discussion in the House. The first rule says, when a presiding officer addresses you, you resume your seat and allow the presiding officer to address you until he finishes his point. We cannot just have members doing as they wish and at the same time be waiving the rule book.
Okay.
It makes a
Thank you,
mockery
honourable
of the
member.
rules of the House.
Thank you, honorable member. Honorable members, I think this is...
on a point of order, Deputy
No, honorable
Speaker.
member, I'm speaking. Please take your seat. I will point you out. Just take your seat. Honorable members, I'm pointing that out because I think it's a serious, contemptuous violation of the rules, but also contempt of the chair, and it has been expressed as such. And I think this matter must be taken up in the appropriate structures, and I do refer it to the Speaker directly because I think this is unacceptable and we will not accept it.
On a point of order.
Yes, what's your point of order, honorable member?
What rule are you quoting that forbids the Commander-in-Chief speaking about land occupation in South Africa? We have got absolute freedom of expression in this parliament, as is outlined in the Constitution and the rules of this House.
Honorable
what
member.
rule are you using to forbid any expression? Because that's a point of debate. If you disagree with the occupation of land, why don't you state it yourself from there?
Honorable
Because
member.
what you're saying is illegal.
Honorable
you are
member.
the one who's illegal. We're going to subject you to the appropriation, to the process of Rules Committee and charge you for misrepresenting the rules of this House. Why do you undermine the Constitution like that?
Honorable member, thank you very much.
Oh.
Honorable member, I've made a ruling and I would like to move us to the next speaker. Honorable the Minister in the Presidency, Planning and Monitoring.
On a
Evaluation.
point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Honorable member, this
You
matter...
said you are going to point me, and
What?
I respected
Yes.
you.
Speak.
Yeah. You must always be reminded of your duties.
No.
You don't like peace in
Honorable
any
member.
way.
Honorable member.
Nobody has complained about the speech of the speaker on the podium. From nowhere, you just want to appease and make the white monopoly capital and white racists to be happy
Honorable-
about the issue of your stance on land.
Honorable member.
Nobody has complained to you,
This is not- Honorable
Deputy
member,
Speaker.
this
What
is-
are you trying to achieve?
This is neither procedure.
That's your problem.
No
You are even
privilege.
replying instead of making
your
a
seat,
ruling.
honorable
You are
member.
just descending into the arena.
Take your seat, honorable member.
That's all you know.
No, honorable member, this matter is not on the agenda again. No. Honorable member,
Speaker.
no.
Deputy Speaker.
No, honorable member.
Speaker, on a point of order.
We have said,
On a
honorable
point of
member,
order, Deputy Speaker.
this matter has been addressed.
On a point of order.
I have
Deputy
made a ruling on this matter.
No, but I'm raising a point of order. You don't know what I'm going to say.
Honorable member, I've
You don't
raised...
know what I'm going to say. You can't say I've ruled on an issue that I'm still going to speak about now.
Honorable member, I'm going to...
Let's make a simple illustration to you. The rules of the National Assembly. You can only pass a ruling when another member has called the point of order on what is said there. You are not there to interfere and put sentences and commas on the statements of members of parliament. You have got no right like that. You have got no such permission. The constitution doesn't allow you. So don't allow your subjectivity to undermine this process of land debate. If you want to express your views, go and express it wherever you're going to express it, but not interfere with speakers when they speak here. Land is going to be occupied, and we're not apologetic about it. We can say it here in parliament, and we'll continue to say it.
Take your seat. We are not going to proceed on this line. No.
Chair.
The answer is no.
But you don't even know. You can't
Yes,
just
the
say
answer-
no to me.
no, the answer is no.
Those ANC ministers just stand
Honourable
up and
members,
say things.
honourable
Your
members.
ANC ministers have been doing corrupt things here. They follow no rules, and you want to come and preach to us about rules. We are going to occupy land.
Honourable members, we have dealt with this matter. We have dealt with this matter, honourable members. I don't know what you are debating.
Chair.
We don't know what you are debating.
Chair.
Honourable members, all of you take your seats.
Chair.
Take your seat, honourable members.
Chair.
I want to speak to you. Take your seats.
I want to make a point.
No. Take your seats.
That land is going to be occupied by our people. It's going to be occupied.
Honourable member, you are being contemptuous
On a point of order.
of the rules
On a point of order.
of the chair and of what I have said on this matter. Yeah.
Point of order, sir.
Honourable Schengen.
Sir, I was just asking whether the rules don't give you power to actually deal with the situation. We really cannot have a Tower of Babel situation here and have you, sir, not use your powers, which are enshrined in the rules. I don't think it's right for you not to use your powers, which you have.
On a point
Honourable
of order,
members.
Deputy Speaker.
Yes.
On a point of order, Deputy
No.
Speaker. On a
No.
point of order, Deputy Speaker,
it's
my
okay.
hand have been long up and you are ignoring me. You have seen me. My hand have been long up, Deputy Speaker.
Honourable members, I have
On a
exhausted.
point of order, Deputy Speaker, I demand to speak here. I'm a member of parliament. I demand to speak here. My hand have been long up and you have been ignoring me. We will occupy unoccupied land, and that is a fact.
Let me
whether
point
you
out to
are
you.
cowardice to do it, EFF members must do it. The communities must do it. They must take it.
Honourable member.
My hand was up. You are
This is-
ignoring me.
Honourable
Why are
member.
you ignoring me?
Honourable member.
I'm a member of parliament just like you.
Honourable member, listen to the chair. No point of order may be raised in response to a considered ruling in terms of sub-rule 5. You continue to do that and you are violating the rules. No, honourable member.
Point of order, Slan.
I have, no.
Sakala
Honourable
Slan.
member, no, you are not going to be allowed.
No,
If you insist, honourable members, if you
Yeah,
insist no, it's not going to happen because it is clear you are all
Kanti
raising
wena
the same.
kuyangijabulisa nima ubona abantu bakini abamnyama benganawo umhlaba. Kuthini mawusuka e-airport babona abantu behleli kabuhlungu. Ukhombisa ukuthi nina nidayise ngezwe la ngabantu bakini. Ibhlungu lento eniyenzayo.
Honourable members,
And umhlaba sowuthatha ngenkani.
honourable members,
Wasike ngiphakathi. Nathi baphuca omkhulu bethu kabuhlungu bayofakwa ematsheni.
honourable member, please take
Ungadlali
your
ngathi
seat.
wena.
Take your seat, honourable members. We are proceeding now.
Deputy Speaker, can we raise a motion of no confidence on you? You get out of the chair, the Speaker goes back. You are degenerating the House. Every time you sit there, there must be something wrong with you. Can
Honourable
you please
members.
just get out here? Madam Speaker, you are proper. Ever since Zuma left, you are proper. This one
Honourable,
must go.
I think, honourable members, you are
Go, man.
violating.
Go.
You must go. And I request you that you go, honourable members. All of you. All of you. Honourable members, you are screaming, all of you, and I see you, and I suggest that you go. I request the Sergeant at Arms to escort members to leave the House. I have requested the Sergeant at Arms. Where is she?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Malema, Honorable Shivambo, Honorable Matthias, Honorable Ntlangwini, Honorable Gadi, Honorable Mhlongo, Honorable Mashabela,
Yes.
Honorable Kaula.
Yes.
Please leave, honorable members, as requested. If you don't want to, we will request the protection services to assist the sergeant at arms to lead the members out of the house.
Without compensation, without compensation, without compensation,
Yes.
without compensation, without compensation, without
You will leave the house gently on your own, members, because it is better that way, yeah.
compensation, without 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 compensation.
You can stay on your seat and preside over the whites of the DA because you want just to
And you are
impress
useless. You
them.
must leave
You are
that
useless.
position.
Honorable members, we will switch off the mics. Please go. Please go. Thank you for your cooperation.